the first time I really came over here. You know, I had a whole bunch of weird paranoid suspicions about what the hell was going on because there was a lot of stuff I couldn't understand.
Right.
And nobody was really bothering to explain it to me.
They don't.
And and I formed a bunch of opinions about the town and about the people in it.
Our next presenter starred in Netflix's Bird Box, a movie where people survive by acting like they don't see a thing. Sort of like working for Harvey Weinstein. You did it. I didn't. You did it. Shut the up. Please welcome Sandra Bullock.
You know they eat. That is not bull. It's true.
So it's not just the dogs and the cats, not just the pets.
It's not just the dogs and the cats. They're full-on vampires. And everybody still thinks I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy. They're full-on vampires. They love the taste.
I'm saying that there are people that were the people that did this to both me and Corey that are still working, they're still out there, and they're some of the richest, most powerful people in this business.
And they are.
And they do not want me saying what I'm saying right now.
Are you saying that they're
Yes.
and that they're still in this business?
Yes.
That's what.
In recent months, many people online have started asking the same question. Whatever happened to Mel Gibson after he spoke so openly about the darker side of Hollywood? The actor has largely kept a low profile, and some fans believe that silence speaks volumes. Around the same time, the internet began buzzing again when Jim Carrey resurfaced looking noticeably different, fueling even more speculation about the pressures and secrets within the entertainment world. According to some reports and online discussions, Gibson's longtime acquaintance Mark Wahlberg has privately expressed concern for him and allegedly encouraged him to stay cautious. Supporters claim that both men warned years ago about powerful networks operating behind the scenes in Hollywood, networks they believed were capable of silencing anyone who spoke too loudly. These claims resurfaced with renewed intensity after the files connected to Jeffrey Epstein began attracting global attention again. Epstein, the disgraced financier whose criminal activities shocked the world, was linked to an extensive trafficking operation involving wealthy and influential figures. His private jet, often referred to as the Lolita Express, and his private island, Little St. James, became central symbols in the scandal. Over the years, investigations and legal documents have referenced numerous high-profile individuals, including former U.S. President Bill Clinton, Britain's Prince Andrew, tech entrepreneur Elon Musk, and Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates, though the degree of connection or wrongdoing has been widely debated and varies significantly across reports and legal findings. The controversy deepened after Epstein's death in 2019 while awaiting trial, which was officially ruled a suicide but quickly became the subject of intense public suspicion. Because he died before fully facing trial, many believe the world may never hear a complete account of the powerful people connected to his network. That uncertainty has kept the story alive in public conversation. Against this backdrop, some fans have revisited older interviews from the 1990s in which Gibson discussed his early experiences in Hollywood. In those conversations, he described witnessing behavior that deeply unsettled him and challenged his expectations of the industry. According to Gibson, speaking out often led to cold responses or warnings to stay quiet, reinforcing his belief that the system protected itself above all else. He even compared the environment he observed to a modern-day version of Sodom and Gomorrah, suggesting a culture where moral boundaries were routinely pushed and those who questioned it risked becoming outsiders. Whether viewed as whistleblowing, personal interpretation, or controversy, those comments have taken on new attention today as audiences continue to examine the darker stories surrounding power, influence, and secrecy in Hollywood.
I was in my mid-20s the first time I really came over here. You know, I had a whole bunch of weird paranoid suspicions about what the hell was going on because there was a lot of stuff I couldn't understand.
Right.
And I formed a bunch of opinions about the town. Surely that couldn't be. Because, and then you go away and you think, no, I was wrong. I mean, that's insane thinking. I'm paranoid. I imagined that stuff. that couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like, could it? And then you find out later on the track that you are exactly on track with a lot of this stuff. Not specifically on track, but that you could, that some of your worst nightmares were real at the time, and you think, it does rip your life to pieces.
Does it?
If you'll let it.
Yeah.
These little heathens with no soul downstairs with horns on their head with a battering ram trying to like walls in.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take very long. It's cascading on you all the time. You can't get away from certain attitudes, from certain modes of behavior that this town and the industry dictate. No matter how strong you are, you are going to be affected by this place. And I think it takes that kind of cockroach resilience. You can't get mad. You can't get mad. You can't let it get you, because you have to make a deal with everyone else, and it's almost unspoken that you are going to be f***ed over at some point.
I mean, as a matter of interest, do you think it's easier because you're an outsider who came in?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because
The story becomes even more controversial when looking back at claims connected to Mel Gibson in the early 1990s. In a past interview, Gibson suggested that during the period when allegations against Michael Jackson were dominating headlines, he spoke with investigators from the Santa Barbara Police Department and claimed he provided names of individuals he believed were involved in serious misconduct within Hollywood. According to Gibson, the information was formally given to authorities, but never appeared to lead anywhere. Critics and commentators later compared those claims to the experiences described by former child actor Corey Feldman, who has also publicly alleged that he tried to report abuse in the entertainment industry, but felt his warnings were dismissed. Feldman has repeatedly argued that investigators seemed primarily focused on building cases against Jackson rather than pursuing the broader allegations he raised. Whether viewed as unresolved accusations, controversial testimony, or part of a larger debate about accountability in Hollywood, these claims continue to resurface whenever discussions about power and protection within the industry emerge.
Believe that are being by pedophiles in Hollywood.
Absolutely.
So why are you sitting down talking to me? Why aren't you sitting down with the police right now?
I've told the police. In fact, if anybody wants to go back to 1993 when I was interviewed by the Santa Barbara Police Department, I sat there and I gave them the names. They're on record. They have all of this information, but they were scanning Michael Jackson. All they cared about was trying to find something on Michael Jackson.
You said, by the way, did not.
Returning to Mel Gibson, the actor has also spoken about the intense resistance he claims to have faced while trying to bring his film The Passion of the Christ to the big screen. Gibson has said that major studios were unwilling to finance the project, which he believed was partly due to his refusal to compromise on the film's religious message. Rather than abandon the vision, he chose to take a massive risk and fund the movie himself, reportedly investing tens of millions of dollars of his own money. The decision shocked Hollywood, but it ultimately paid off when the film became a global box office phenomenon, turning what many insiders considered an impossible project into one of the most talked about releases of its time.
Resistance to that movie.
oh yeah, no, there was
Which I thought was very strange. There was like Hollywood resistance to that movie. Like people didn't like that you were making it. It seemed like.
Yeah, there was a lot of opposition to it, and I don't know. I think if you ever hit on that subject matter, you're gonna get people going, because
Of course.
it's big subject.
It's first of all from secular Hollywood, where for whatever reason, Christianity is the one religion that you're allowed to disparage.
Years later, the conversation resurfaced around the film Sound of Freedom, which centers on the fight against child trafficking. The project was produced by actor Eduardo Verástegui and stars Jim Caviezel, though supporters online often associated it with figures like Mel Gibson because of their past collaborations and similar advocacy themes. The film struggled for years to secure wide distribution after its original studio deal collapsed, forcing the creators to search for alternative ways to bring it to theaters. When it finally released, the movie sparked intense public debate by highlighting how traffickers can manipulate vulnerable families with false promises, such as modeling or career opportunities, before exploiting them. The story's disturbing themes and the film's difficult path to release only fueled further discussion about why projects addressing trafficking sometimes face such complicated journeys to the screen.
Disturbing problems in our world today is human, and particularly Now, the first step in eradicating this crime is
The discussion grew even louder when Mark Wahlberg publicly spoke about how strongly his faith has shaped his career decisions in Hollywood. In several interviews, Wahlberg explained that staying open about his Christian beliefs has not always been popular within the entertainment industry, but he refuses to hide it. He expressed similar determination when helping bring the faith-based film Father Stu to life, a project he was deeply passionate about and ultimately helped finance himself after struggling to secure traditional studio backing. For many observers, his stance echoed the path taken by Mel Gibson years earlier with The Passion of the Christ. Their stories have fueled a wider debate about faith, creative independence, and the pressures artists sometimes face in Hollywood, leaving audiences divided, intrigued, and continuing to question how much influence powerful forces truly have behind the scenes.